Hey, how is everyone? It's got a minute to go before we get started, but I thought I'd check in and say hi. Any big updates, moving, shaking, all of this? This is our first dedicated next level messaging and branding workshop. So it gets to be super intimate with just our next level peeps, which is fun because that probably means I can support pretty much
Yay.
everyone on the call. So be prepared to dive in and get some coaching. But anyone have any juicy shares or wins?
I'm going to have lots of stuff to share when we all get together next month.
Cool.
We
Coming.
launched a Facebook ad, which is having a very good click-through rate, not such a great opt-in rate.
Ah,
That.
yes. Well, opt-in rates from cold traffic tend to be not nearly as good as they are from warm traffic for sure. Okay, great. Well, it is 1 o'clock and I am committed to starting these sessions precisely on the nose because I know how valuable all of your time is. And I also know that because the context setting for these calls is only 5 to 15 minutes, so we can spend the vast majority of our time on workshopping, that if you come late, you may miss a valuable part of the context setting. And this particular training is something that I have not actually done any trainings on within mentorship. So my context setting here, this is something that I taught within an accelerated tribe building retreat for my mastery students. And it's something that I do with my high level branding students, but I've never done this for mentorship students before, but I think it's super duper valuable. So what I'm about to share with you, the context doesn't exist anywhere else. And I did want to encourage people to come on time to these because I notice what happens is over the course of the years, people start coming 5 minutes late. And then if I wait 5 minutes, they're like, oh, I can always come 5 minutes late. And then we lose some of our time. And I want to spend that time coaching and workshopping you. Is that a deal? Yes. Sweet. Okay. Well, I am going right into the context setting. All right. Let's do this thing. Okay. So here we go. So today, the focus is on your audience inside and out, getting to know them on a very, very deep level and being hyper clear and hyper specific on who you're here to serve. And our goal today in this 90-minute workshop is for you to get crystal clear on exactly who you're talking to so you can laser target your business, your offers, and your marketing to that specific audience. So who would like to, by the end of the session, 90 minutes from now, have just a very, very simple audience statement that lets you know exactly who you serve so you can just direct your entire business? Because a lot of people, when you really ask them, aren't hyper clear about who they serve. So let me know in the chat if you are down for that, if you want to do this, because it's going to require us to zero in and make some get started choices on this call. All right, I got some yeses from Dee and Catherine. Davin is completely in. Let's rock, says Gretchen. Yes, says Ed. Totally down, Abby. I'm down. Monet, Curtis, Marie, Elizabeth, Tammy, and Elizabeth. Fantastic. Okay, so your audience statement is what we're working on, and it basically is a very short statement that clearly describes the specific audience that you serve in just one statement. And this can be either based on a specific niche or a vaguer tribal of identification. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by a niche-based audience statement and a tribe-based audience statement. But first, just a reminder, this is our Market of One blueprint here. And niche is the intersection of who you serve and what you offer, right? So ideally, a niche-based statement would convey who you serve and what you offer to them. And a tribe-based statement is at the intersection of who you serve and how you're different. So it's more about your differentiation necessarily than getting as specific about exactly what you do for someone. It's a little less targeted. And basically, a tribe-based audience statement is going to get you into the ballpark of someone being able to resonate precisely with what you're saying. And a niche-based statement gets you exactly on the base. And I'm going to show you a bunch of examples of tribe-based statements and niche-based statements. If you can get to a niche-based statement, it's always going to be better. I've never been able to get to a niche-based statement because part of me refuses to grow up. And I just base my business on refusing to grow up. And I'm okay with that, even if I could make more money with a niche-based statement. So you can make choices. So with a niche-based statement, as you're going to see, it's going to be easier to be very specific for laser targeting and say advertising and things like that. With the tribe one, not as easy to do that, but you can build more of a movement sometimes around what you do. So there are pros and cons of both approaches. All right, so let me give you some examples, starting with the tribe-based audience statement, which is the intersection of who you serve and how you're different. And then we'll also, actually, I'm going to intertwine, like go from niche to tribe, niche to tribe, niche to tribe. So you can kind of start to see some different examples before you work on your own. And the niche one is who you serve and what you offer. So here's my tribe-based audience statement. And like I said, it's in the ballpark. It's not on base because I serve so many different kinds of people, which you're probably noticing being in this program. We've got a very diverse tribe. So I serve entrepreneurs who want to grow their business using online tools while providing unique value in the world, creating relationships, real relationships with their tribe, as well as getting real results for their clients. These are the things that my people care about. All right. Now, here's an example of a niche-based audience statement, which is more from one of our mentorship graduates, Carol Parker Walsh. And for those of you who are at Message to Money Live, you saw her on stage. She helps corporate women who want to become entrepreneurs. So can you see how that's a lot more clear and specific? Corporate women who want to become entrepreneurs, where it's a lot easier for people to self-select in or out, where it's almost binary, right? Versus the tribe, you're starting kind of sharing feelings of your audience and not just what it is you do and who you do it for. This is very cut and dry, clear and precise. If you can get to a niche-based statement, awesome. But like I said, I've never been able to get there because I like to serve people in all these different ways. And the way I segment our audience and attract our audience is a lot more psychographic based on how people think and how they feel versus a particular industry such as coaches. All right. So another example of a tribe-based audience statement, this is from my friend Sonia Riccati. And Sonia has a mid-7-figure business, so she's done well with this, is she helps people who want to bounce back quickly after life has knocked them down. She considers herself a bounce back specialist. Again, it's not exactly binary, but someone will probably have a sense that that's them if they knew the statement. And it's not a statement that you necessarily share in your marketing publicly, though a tribe-based statement is something that, a niche-based statement is something you're more likely to share than a tribe-based statement. But it's basically how you position and how you target your marketing and your come from as you're writing your campaigns. Now, here's an example from my client, Brightline Eating, who I think are just crossing the 8-figure level this year. And this is my client, Susan Pierce Thompson. They work with people who want to overcome food addiction and achieve permanent weight loss, right? Again, much more clear. It's exactly on the base. It's than a tribe-based statement. And it's this 8-figure business. Here's another tribe, that's a niche-based statement. And here's another tribe-based statement also from my clients, Eben Pagan and Annie Lala, and that's his wife, and they're building this business together. They work with couples who want to love each other for life, basically. So couples who are committed to love for life. So it's a little bit tribal because it's more about how like a different tribal identification. It's not just couples who are having trouble in their relationship, right? But it's couples who are committed. I think it's actually couples who are committed to love each other for life, right? This one's borderline. It could actually be considered a niche-based statement, but I think it's more of a tribal identification at the end of the day. Here's another niche statement from Scott Oldford, who has a 8-figure business. I help entrepreneurs scale 7-figure businesses. So he's working with entrepreneurs who want to scale 7-figure businesses. So can you see that that kind of niche-based statement would be maybe a little bit easier for Facebook interest targeting, right? When it's niche-based, you could still do some targeting based on tribe if you know the kinds of people that your tribe would follow. But if it's specific interest targeting, this is someone who's interested in very specific things, the tribe-based statement can be a little bit easier. But you can always do ad targeting later on for a tribal identification if you understand who are people who are like you in the marketplace. So again, the niche-based statement gets you onto a precise space, while a tribe-based statement gets you into the ballpark. Now, who has a sense of whether you want to write a tribe-based audience statement or a niche-based? Just let me know in the chat, tribe or niche, or let's write that down, tribe or niche in the chat. And so we've got a lot of niches here. Awesome. And we've got some tribes as well. All right. Well, it's starting to even out. Just the niche people were able to speak faster because you guys are specific and you're clear. The tribe people are like, ah. No, just kidding. It's a different thing. I'm a tribe person as well. And some of you are not clear. Very cool. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you 5 minutes to write your audience statement, and then we're going to workshop them. Because like I said, I actually fit my spiel this time within under 10 minutes, which is my goal. So we can actually focus on workshopping. Does anyone have a question about this before we begin, before I give you open time? Just clarifying question on a tribe-based audience statement or a niche-based one. And I am going to be putting on the screen here all the examples that I just shared with you. So you've got something that you can reference as you write yours. Davin, what should we strive for? That your statement basically is clear enough that you understand exactly who the audience is. And ideally, if they heard it, even though it's not a marketing statement, it's not for external uses, that they would say, yes, that's me, right? Someone would self-identify with this. They'd be able to clearly see themselves in this statement, because that means you're clear and specific enough that you can write sharp marketing. Any other questions? All right, 5 minutes, starting now. And if you finish early, try different variations. See if you can beat your existing statement, get clearer, get sharper, get stronger, get more evocative. The rabbit hole may go deeper. Two minutes left. And yes, go ahead and type in your audience statement when you have it, or wait till the end and we'll be reviewing some of them. And if you definitely want me to review it, just have question in front and then just do your audience statement. We can review it all together as a group for those of you who joined late. You're writing a short audience statement, either in a niche style or tribe style. Remember to write question if you want feedback in front of it. "60 seconds. All right, so starting to bring it to a close. So I'm going to start taking these, and I just wanted to do a little bit of framing on my coaching and my support here. My goal is to workshop as many of you as I possibly can. I can't always get to everyone on the line, but I'll do my best to get to as many people as I can. And in order to do that, I may have to cut you short. So if you start to ramble or include details that aren't necessary, and I say I got it or whatever, it's not that I don't want to hear you and I don't want to validate you and I don't want to see you, but you may be kind of going off at the mouth, you know? And it's not always necessary for me to be able to give you coaching and support. So if I need more clarification, I'll ask for questions. And if I cut you off, don't get offended. It's in the spirit and the service of everyone on the line and making sure these are as relevant as possible for everyone and that I can get to as many people as possible here, right? Because it's not always possible to get to all of them, all of you, all right? And basically my other rule is that you have to at least try for me to coach you on whatever it is that we're workshopping. So if you're like, I'm totally stuck, I have no ideas, I'm actually going to say, try to get some idea at least, and then I'll workshop you on that idea because it's important for us to start from somewhere, even if what you write completely sucks and if you're not clear about it. But I'm just asking that you try to make a pass at it, and then I'll help you with what you've done, and we can get somewhere completely different by the end, potentially. To sound fair? Cool. Alrighty. So let's go. And if I accidentally miss you for some reason or skip over you, just remind me, unmute yourself and remind me. It's not intentional. I'm focusing on a lot of things at once. Alrighty, so let's start with Ed. Do you want to read yours, Ed, and go ahead and mute yourself and read it? And by the way, I do keep a running list of people that I support. So if for some reason I don't get to you, I'll put you on, prioritize you on the next call because it's not always possible to support everybody. All right?
All right. So I work with highly trained, skilled, or talented professionals who want to be as good at running their business as they are at practicing their profession.
Yeah, and do you think that's niche or tribe?
I think it's more niche than tribe.
I think it's actually, it's on the edge in terms of niche versus tribe because it's actually a self-identification.
Okay.
Right? In terms of being able to target that person specifically, but I think that's really good. I don't know if I have any way to improve this. Does anyone have a way to improve this statement?
My only thought is maybe at the end, instead of practicing their profession, practicing their craft or something like that.
Yeah, I think craft could be good. Marie, you want to go ahead and unmute yourself? You said you had some way to improve it.
There was something about the or talented, like trained, skilled, or talented that felt off to me. So, highly trained professionals, highly skilled professional, like I would just have one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's valid.
It's just weird to set up a binary, like, oh, they're skilled, but they're not talented. Like my mind just starts to have too many questions.
Okay. Yeah. The driver of that is my successful clients are these people that are really good at doing something. So they tend to be like what you consider traditional, like professional services, like lawyers, consultants, doctors, but also, funny enough, my single category of most successful clients I've worked with are wedding photographers. So these are people that are like really talented photographers and now they have to figure out how to make money.
Yeah. Well, I think they would still probably self-identify as highly skilled,
Okay.
So highly skilled
Exactly.
professionals who want to be as good at running their business as they are at practicing their craft.
All right. Yeah. So just drop the two and just make it highly skilled.
Yeah. It's just simpler.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent.
Well, yeah. So I think the only thing that would make it niche is if you got more specifically what you meant by running the business, because right now it's more of a self-identification of wanting to become a good business person, which is more tribal, versus niche would be who wanted to master finance or whatever it is. Like that might be a little bit more niche. Does that make sense?
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. And all right, go ahead, Clancy. You want to go next? And it's actually helpful for you to say if it's a niche-based or tribe-based, so we can all start to learn these distinctions as well.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So my dog says hi too. So I think it's tribe. I'm not sure. Leaders in healthcare and public health who want to improve health outcomes.
So health outcomes in like a global sense, or?
So chronic disease, obesity, health outcomes of their patients in general through food access.
So just curious, is there anyone who would be a leader in public health or healthcare who wouldn't want to improve health outcomes?
They all want to improve health outcomes. They just don't know how to do it through addressing food insecurity and hunger and connecting their patients to food access.
Okay, so that sounds like you could get more specific there.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because improving health outcomes feels almost so generic to not be meaningful.
Okay.
So leaders in healthcare and public health who want to improve food access, who want to overcome hunger and improve food access, right? Like, for example, that would even be a lot more specific.
Okay.
Or is it what by security, does that include the security category? Or
yeah. Food insecurity and hunger are two interchangeable things, although they're not identical, but in lay terms, it's hunger. But the issue is, I think there's many healthcare providers who just don't believe that they work with someone who's food insecure. So I'm afraid to even use that term because I think it shuts them off.
So how about who want to address hunger and food access and access to good food? So leaders in healthcare, or leaders in public health, or healthcare and public, leaders in healthcare and public health who want to address hunger and access to good food as,
Okay.
As a key ingredient in overall health or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure. All right. So Ken is next.
Yeah. So one quick detail is after talking to Dawn, I'm pivoting back more towards focusing on a great sex life.
Okay.
So my statement is, or my niche is, I think it's actually a tribe, is couples who want their physical intimacy and connection to get better year after year.
Yeah, I think that's clear. Anyone have any way to improve that one? Oh, let's actually do this too to get feedback. Is thumbs up means awesome. Thumbs to the side means it's okay, but it could be better. It's good, but it could be better. And thumbs down is like, kind of go back to the drawing board. All right, so go ahead and show. All righty. Looking great overall. And if you can turn on your cameras, that'd be great. That's helpful. Fantastic. I think you're good.
Great.
Sweet. And by the way, let's see. Because this is a long scroll, if you're typing in the chat, I might not see it because I have to scroll up and scroll down. So next up, we have Barbara.
So I think it's niche. Moms of an adult child with a substance use disorder who want to reclaim some of their own lives while still supporting that child in a loving way and encouraging his or her recovery.
So usually when you go beyond like 5 to 7 words, it becomes tribe, you know? Does that make sense? So I think if it were just niche, it'd probably be like moms with an adult child with substance abuse disorder, right? That's niche. So you're kind of covering both bases here, but once you get into the who want their desires, that starts to become a little more tribal. So you almost have both together, if that makes sense.
It does. I was thinking tribe was a larger group than niche.
Tribe often is a larger group than niche, but tribe is also going into how you're different from other people who do what you do. So moms who have an adult child with substance abuse disorder might be the core niche, which doesn't convey differentiation. So tribe a lot of times can end up making something bigger, but it can actually make something smaller too, potentially, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I think for the product I'm offering now, it's what I just said. And then later, as I make a pathway, I may include other segments of that group.
Yeah. So the only thing I would say to make this one better would be you have 2 whiles who want to reclaim some of their own lives while still supporting their child in a loving way while encouraging his or her recovery. I would just choose one of the 2 whiles.
And encouraging his or her recovery.
Yeah, who want to reclaim some of their own lives while still encouraging, their child's recovery.
Oh, that's good.
Or who want to reclaim some of their own lives. Yeah, I think that's good, while still encouraging or still supporting their child through the recovery process.
Okay.
So
thank you very much.
Thumbs?
Oh, I like
What
it.
y'all
I
got?
like what you did.
Okay, fantastic. Tammy, did you want feedback? I don't see a question here. Is that a yes? Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Sure, yeah. I help 20-somethings who want to be clear about who they are so they can make better choices and enjoy their life. And I still don't get the difference between a tribe and a niche.
Okay, so the niche is essentially the intersection of what you do and who you serve. It's very specific.
Mm-hmm.
While a tribe is who you serve and how you're different. So it's more about the self-identification than it is on exactly what you do, where the what you do might be a little bit, futzier, like basically a little bit like less crystal clear. But you're able to, like, basically this is a tribal statement. It's not niche. It's not super clear what they're actually going to get from this,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It's more based on a psychographic desire they have versus a specific outcome.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So let's see. What do you think of this ones? Thumbs, please. Let's do thumbs. Okay, we've got a mix of sideways and thumbs up. The reason why I think that there's a mix is it's kind of like it's hard for someone to say yes or no to this one. I can't imagine any 20-year, like the vast majority of 20-year-olds would probably want to be clear about who they are, you know? I would think it's a hard thing to rule someone out because of this or rule someone in because of it. It almost feels so generic that it's not actually meaningful differentiation. Does that make sense, Tammy?
Yeah, it does. It's about the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know?
Okay, so maybe it's more, if that's the case, you help, 20-somethings. Maybe it's like 20-somethings who want to get a jump start, on the career or whatever it is, or the career and life path. Or you help 20-somethings who want to discover, their career path now, or something like that, who want to get clear on the career path. Maybe it's just 20-somethings who want to get clear on the career path.
20-somethings who want to get clear
on the career path.
Their career path. Okay, and it's more, there's more to it than just career path. It's their whole life path as well. But would you?
So you said what they want to be when they grow up. So what do you mean by that?
I have a course where I teach them how to find their gifts, passions, and values so that it's easier for them to make decisions. So it really helps them when they're trying to choose a career or who they're going to hang out with or what gym they're going to go to. So it works through finding out who they are so that they can more easily make decisions. The big one that you think about in their 20s is what they're going to do for a living. That's the big one.
It's definitely super tribal. Like I would be hard pressed to say, well, this person absolutely needs that because it's so big and broad of a focus. Mm-hmm. You can sometimes do that. It's just harder. It's going to be a harder journey. So when you go really extreme on the tribe front, it doesn't mean that it's not possible. It just means that you're setting yourself up to have a harder time marketing your products, your services, your offers, because it's not hyper specific to promise. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. I've almost built a career on a lot of tribe-based stuff. It just means it's a much harder sell than getting specific.
And being in personal development, it's already a hard sell. So I'd much rather niche down. Can you think of
Well, I gave you one a moment ago.
Yes, 20-something get clear on their career path.
So that's a lot more, like, just out of curiosity, thumbs now. I'd love to see thumbs, like that other version. Is it thumbs up, thumbs side, thumbs down?
I help 20-somethings get clear on their career path.
Yeah, that for me, that's mostly thumbs up, and I see one thumbs to the side. I think that that's clearer than just help 20-somethings get clear on who they are so they can make better choices and enjoy their life. In general, because most 20-somethings aren't actually thinking about most of them aren't thinking about making good global choices. They're like, let me explore and all of that, right?
But they're all thinking about their career.
They are.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. So it's the difference between leading with an acknowledged need, a front door, versus leading with a back door, which they don't think that they need necessarily, so they're not looking for the solution. All right. So next up, we've got Natalie.
I've got a second version, a few below also, V2.
Can you share?
So the first one is entrepreneurs who want support and collaboration so they can thrive without burning out or giving up. And I don't even see V2. I'll just find it in my notes. V2, I help coaches, experts, and solopreneurs get the support and community they need to create a profitable business without burning out, going broke, or giving up. So it's much longer.
All right, so let's put in the chat 1 or 2 if you all prefer version 1 or you prefer version 2. Okay, let's see.
So I think I made the first one more tribal by just saying entrepreneurs. But
so can you read them again? Because they're separated so far in distance.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So V1 will be entrepreneurs. So it's entrepreneurs who want support and collaboration. I can just put them both in there again. That'll be easier.
Oh, just say it because I don't want to wait.
Okay. Entrepreneurs who want support and collaboration so they can thrive without burning out or giving up.
Because again, with that one, it's so vague to almost not have a lot of meaning.
Okay.
In the sense that, like, who doesn't want support and collaboration? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's hard to say that's me or that's not me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So,
so read the other one.
Well, the other one's going to be the same. It's just I help coaches, experts, and solopreneurs get the support and community they need to create a profitable business without burning out. So I think the word that I left out, which is what I'm working with, is affordable.
So, but I guess that both of this is more of an XYZ statement, what you've just written, than an audience statement, right? In the sense that it's like it's not super clear in terms of the exact audience demographic. So who is this person? Is it, are people who, like, who is this entrepreneur as they come to you? And what exactly do you do for them?
Well, this is where I'm moving into this new niche that I'm creating, but it's to create a community-based, affordable mastermind that helps people to get the support and community that they need so that they're not isolated and alone in their business.
So maybe it's more than a tribal statement would be, you help entrepreneurs who are tired of feeling alone in business and want to build their, and want to, so it's like that's more of a tribal identification. You help, entrepreneurs who are tired of feeling alone as they grow their business and who are tired of feeling alone and want to grow their business with community. Like that is a little bit clearer in what it is.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of a little bit wishy-washy, but it's much clearer than what it was, I think.
Okay.
Because otherwise what you're doing is you're leading with the feature of what you do. So a lot of these are feature-based versus actually identifying the audience need. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting clearer. There's also something about the other people that I work with are people who are big in debt. They've gotten in massive debt through trying to grow their business. And I want to help them turn that around and also give them the support they need without getting into more debt.
Do they have to be broke to work with you?
No, yes. but I think there's a pretty big demographic out there in that situation. Right.
Well, do you think that it's more that they're tired of isolating and want to build their business from community? Is the being the cheapest option the core part of this, or is this almost like just an extra fringe benefit? For like an audience statement, is it someone specifically looking for cheap community? I don't know how many people. I haven't heard a lot of people
necessarily out there looking for cheap community, so it might be more of a fringe benefit.
Yeah, I think it's just adding too many ideas into the pot.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
I think just saying entrepreneurs who are tired, who feel alone and want to build their business from community, it feels like that's just a little bit sharper.
Okay. Okay.
and
Thanks.
simpler. And getting to simple is super important.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Catherine.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I think that mine is niche because I'm working specifically with women. So what I wrote in the chat, it actually changed, but I'll read what I wrote in the chat and then what I rewrote. So I wrote, I coach and train women to create financial security and wealth. I think it's not quite punchy enough. So
this is more actually of a XYZ statement, what you do for them versus who they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So an audience statement is how they would self-identify of who they are. It's like just the description of, you know, career women who want to start a business, corporate women who want to start a business, entrepreneurs who want to scale 7-figure. It's simply the description of the audience itself, almost, you know, of versus what this is from your perspective. A little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it women who, for example, women who struggle with understanding money, you know, for example, or women who want to create financial independence, who want to understand, like women who want to understand money and create financial independence would be more of an audience statement, correct?
Yeah. So I think for mine, it would be women who make plenty of money, but they don't know where it goes and they want to master it.
Yeah, that I think is specific.
Okay.
Thumbs. What do y'all think of that one?
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I definitely fit under that description.
A lot of us do.
Yeah.
I do.
But my answers usually make more money. That's not
Yeah, totally. Thanks, Marisa. Thanks, everybody.
All right. I've got an expensive husband too. Okay. So next up we've got Gretchen.
Yep. Okay, so I got a little smart alecky at the end, but organization leaders who want to develop change superheroes, i.e. change management, superheroes in-house, and divorce big firm consulting.
All right. So is this is there desire specifically to divorce big consulting firms? Is that like that you hear a lot?
No, I just got a little smart alecky with that.
Okay.
Originally what I wrote was organization leaders who want to develop change management superheroes in-house.
Mm-hmm. So I'd probably change the word superhero just because the audience statement's not marketing. Like what would they self-identify with?
Needing to have change management capability in their workforce.
So organization, or is it corporate organization leaders?
Yeah.
Is it Fortune 500, 100, 7, 8-figure companies? Like what is it exactly?
Probably over 50 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so it could be a CEO of a company or it could be the head of HR.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it's like $50 million plus companies or companies with staffs of X to Y, like sized, who want to develop in-house, what's the talent in-house capability? Sorry, who want to develop in-house change management capability. I think that's more clear. Okay. But getting specific about exactly what kind of organization, because otherwise it's like, is this for me? You know, people might ask.
Okay.
That would be niche based.
And I got it recorded.
All right. So Davin, and is everyone seeing how helpful it is to like get super, super clear on exactly who it is that you're targeting? Because I think a lot of times if you were to ask the vast majority of people who are, you know, starting their own businesses, who they serve, they probably would not have this very succinct description of it in a way that someone else could say, oh, I get exactly who that is. And if next time you're having a conversation, how many of you have had a conversation where you're like, well, so who exactly do you serve? And you're like, blah, 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 blah. And they weren't clear on it, right? So when you actually have that crystal clear description, next time you're asked that question, you can answer it precisely. And you're going to have probably more success than your blah, blah, blah answer. And it's hard to some extent because it is about making choices. And as entrepreneurs, our tendency is to want to not always make choices so we can keep being so much to so many different people. All right. So I think next up we have, Davin.
All right. I think what I have is tribe-based, but let me give it a shout. So I help in-house communication professionals who want to level up their skills, impact, and their careers.
Okay. So let me just try to find it. I'm scrolling around. Okay. In-house communication professionals who want to level up their skills, impact, and careers.
Yeah.
Skill, impact, and career. I mean, it's clear. Like who raise thumbs, please. All right, we've got a lot of sides and some downs and a couple ups and a couple verticals. I mean, like diagonals as well.
Don't make me cry. I'm gonna cry. Wait.
Okay, so I think the reason is again that level up your skills, impact, and career is a little bit broad sweeping, because if you're any kind of professional, every professional wants to level up their skills, impact, and careers. So is there a particular place that this might be breaking down, or can we get more precise on what they're leveling up, or what the core problem is?
The core problem is they're likely nose down working at their desk, and what they do is not visible or appreciated. So adding like a word like visible to communication professionals who want to visibly level up their work. I'm not quite sure how to.
One thing about being visible is it's about metrics. So they don't have clear metrics, or for example, indicators of what they do. So could it be something like, it's like you help communication professionals who want clear metrics, or who want to create clear metrics for their impact and whatever it happens to be. Like that might be, communication professionals who can't see the results of their campaigns and want clear metrics of success and growth. Like that might be a little bit more tangible for me in terms of what that visibility actually looks like in their minds. Is that getting closer, or is that?
It is. Measurement is kind of it's a hot topic in the industry. And honestly, a lot of people don't have it. They're chasing volume and metrics like clicks and open rates versus business impact and business problem solving.
It sounds like it's exactly what you need to focus on, because what I'm hearing is that it's a clear topic and you're going to help them define real metrics versus vanity metrics.
Yeah.
So this is the difference between a front door versus a back door need. And I think Tammy's got some feedback for you.
Yeah. Would it be prove their worth?
I think that's a little bit more, it's a deeper like emotional need that people have. It's not necessarily the thing that's going to drive them to say yes. So the thing about metrics, what you just said, actually, maybe it's something along the line of communication professionals who want to define real impactful metrics, for their success, who are, what I said before was who are frustrated, who are frustrated by the impact, the results of their campaigns, and want to define real, metrics for success versus, the vanity metrics most people focus on. Like you could even say that, which, but I think that some of that is education based. I would do the simpler one that I shared before. But what you're doing is you're leading with the buzzword in the industry while you're showing that how safe through the product that the vast majority of metrics that they're focused on are vanity metrics and not actually super useful. So that might actually be a good front door for you to get them to say yes. And you'll show them all of these metrics, then you'll show why some are more important than others.
Yeah, and I kind of shy away from metrics because it's evolving. But to me, it's ultimately about helping the communicator being a trusted advisor in the company versus being the unseen. I guess
you're leading with a backdoor need is
right.
The only challenge here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder for people to say yes if you lead with a backdoor need.
I see.
So it's undoubtedly that these are side benefits that you will want to mention in your campaign and things like that. But if it's a core defining audience statement, you're basically saying, asking for all the insecure people. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you're doing that, but like basically like calling all, communication professionals who are tired of, being treated like shit and feeling it's like, it's one of those things that it's harder. Yeah. It's a harder thing to define your entire business based on it. So what is the core, like that is an underlying need that almost every person has to feel validated and, seen and appreciated, but it's not the core driver that gets them to say yes. And so, let me give you an example. With our Experience Product Masterclass, I know many of you took that. Once you got into the program, you saw that the experience product part of the teaching, it's one module out of 5. Even though the way that I delivered the product was all of this, it was a great hook, a front door to differentiate me. But the rest of what I taught was just really good offer development, really good strategy, really good marketing, right? Does that make sense?
Right.
So it's what people needed. But if I just said, I'm going to help you craft a really good offer, and I know that there are people who do that, it's not nearly as sexy.
Right. Yeah. And like I say, I think where I get hung up is, it doesn't have to be the whole course, right?
No.
But I know there's people in the industry who can, speak circles around me and at a dizzying pace on measurement. So it's more of my own sort of hesitation, right?
You could potentially talk about qualitative measurement. You know what I mean? As a differentiator necessarily, there's, multiple kinds of measurements. But if it's still the need, that you could be the person who defines qualitative measurements of communication effectiveness, right? I mean, qualitative, for example, that might be a differentiator for you. But is this landing for you? Because if it's just people who want to level up their skills, impact in their careers, it's not that it's bad, because I think people do. But if you can define something more specific that they want to do, or is there a particular aspect of what they do that you're going to help them with?
A lot of it has to do, or some of it has to do with client management and managing their leaders and their boss.
Okay. Well, that's actually more specific again. So if you help, communication professionals who struggle to get buy-in around their ideas, that could work.
Okay.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Who struggle to get buy-in and support for their ideas. Then that's something that you're helping them with specifically. I see some thumbs up already related to that.
All right.
But it's different than just the general up-leveling of skills.
Right. Yeah. It's like everyone wants that. So it's like world peace.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Good.
Was that helpful?
Thank you so much.
Sure. All right. So next up, we've got Naomi.
Hi, Marisa.
Hello.
So I help personal and corporate brands go from invincible to visible, leveraging the tools they already have.
All right. One more time.
I help personal and corporate brands go from invincible to visible, leveraging the tools they already have.
So thumbs? That's maybe even thumbs down. Yeah, I think that's pretty vague. So can you share, because first of all, personal brands and corporate brands are very different,
Okay.
But are they self-diagnosed as being invisible? And like, what exactly are you doing for them?
Okay, so I'm a visibility strategist, and most of what I teach my clients is leveraging video marketing, leveraging live videos, social media, and going from not being seen and heard in the marketplace to becoming more visible. So that's what I do for them. I come up with strategies that brings them out there, creating content for videos and all of that.
Okay. So could you do something like, personal and corporate brands who want to become more visible through video marketing and social media?
Okay.
I would still rather you focused on corporate or personal brands, but at least,
Okay, not both. Yeah, because sometimes the thing is, it usually was just personal brands, and then I would speak at events. And then right now I have corporate brands I'm actually consulting for and giving them the same strategies that I teach personal brands. So that's how I kind of put them together. But
you could have both. You can have both. You know, if you are really genuinely helping both, you could have both. You know, it's
I really
like the marketing for each audience is going to be different though.
Okay.
So you could market to personal brands, and then if corporations come around, that's great. Or you can market to corporate brands, and if personal brands come around, that's great. But can you see how they're different audiences, really, like in terms of what they would respond to for marketing?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you were to, what would be your primary audience?
Personal brands. Personal brands.
So how about does personal brands, influencers and personal brands who want to become more visible through social media and video marketing?
Okay.
Is that?
I like it.
Now thumbs? What do you see thumbs? See, it's really specific at this point what you do, and it's niche, you know, it's a lot more niche based.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
I love it. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Marisa.
So Monet, you are next.
Hey, Marisa, how are you?
I am good. How are you? Can I tell the story of how we met because it's so wild?
Absolutely, please do.
So I was off to New York, and I was like, my videographer, Tomo, happened to be there at the same time. And I thought, let's do a blog shoot in New York, but I need hair and makeup done. And my assistant at the time found Monet, and basically Monet had just heard my name on a podcast by some of my JV partners. And so she knew about me. And of course I was negotiating. I was like, $500 for hair and makeup, whatever it was. And, you know, she cut me a little deal. And then at the end of the makeup, she's like, well, what, instead of the giving me whatever we had just agreed on, how about you comp me into EPM, right, instead? And I said, you know what, usually I never do any trades, but I was so charmed by her and her talent and her capability that I said, sure, I'll make an exception this time. And EPM was already over, so she didn't get to go through the whole thing with everybody else, but I gave her the home study version. And then she happened to be at M2M Live, and I didn't even process it when she was in the elevator because it's like two different worlds coming together, you know? And she was in the elevator with me, and then she signed up for mentorship, which is such a kind of fun journey. And she's really, really good. And I'm actually pretty particular about how people make me up. And she's like super duper talented. She does hair like there's no tomorrow, and hair and makeup. It's hard to do both super well. And she's very good at both.
Well, thank you. Well, that's tough to follow. I hope my statement makes sense after that.
Well, one of the reasons why I like to say this is that you never know where your best students, clients, and customers are going to come from. And you never know. And like the whole world potentially could be your students, clients, and customers. And this is just a great example of that. So what you said is hairstylists who want to take, oh, you haven't said it yet. Go ahead, you say it. You're muted. You are muted. Okay, let me unmute you. Monet, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yep, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. I help hairstylists who want to take the entertainment world by storm, developing both their creative and marketing skills.
I think that simplifying, you might be going into the direction of the full XYZ statement. Maybe it's hairstylists who want to break into the entertainment industry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little bit simpler, because by entertainment, is it fashion? It's fashion too, correct?
Yeah, so the reason I chose entertainment is because you have the TV world, which is separate from the print world, which is separate from, you know, politicians and stuff, but it's very difficult to get any type of help in any of the fields, and people get overwhelmed and confused. So what I teach can go into each of the different facets.
So which are the industries specifically that you work in?
I work mainly in print, but I am a celebrity guest quite often for TV.
Okay.
And most people just don't know there's a difference.
Print and TV, I'm making a note here. So, so is print considered fashion or is it considered entertainment?
It is, but what I'm saying is the average student doesn't know there's a difference. So print is considered magazines, fashion, runway shows, music videos, and stuff like that. TV and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so the average student doesn't know the difference between entertainment and fashion, is what you're saying?
Entertainment, fashion, or print, they don't know. That's a big part of my explanation to them to help them to niche down where they want to focus.
Okay. Could we then is fashion and entertainment more meaningful distinction than print and TV ads or print and TV? Probably.
Yes.
So then maybe I would just say both of them. It's like basically hairstylists who want to break into fashion and entertainment, who want to break into the worlds of fashion and entertainment but don't know how. So it's kind of like, I think it's just simpler and clearer, who want to break into the hyper competitive world, or maybe even it's like, that's getting to be marketing language, but hairstylists who want to break into the hyper competitive worlds of fashion, hyper competitive yet highly profitable worlds of fashion and entertainment, but don't know how. If I were talking to someone like one-on-one, I would probably say something like that.
Okay, and I also included the creative and marketing, because most people think if I just gave them my Rolodex, they would be able to do the work. Most people don't realize they lack the creative skills as well as the proper marketing skills. So I teach both.
Yeah, I think that's goes more into the XYZ statement or the other marketing, but in terms of just defining the audience, the audience itself is hairstylists who want to break into the worlds of fashion and entertainment. Does that make sense? Yes. And how you do it is some of this other stuff. But if you were like at an event and someone asked you what you do and you said, I work with hairstylists who want to break into, fashion and entertainment. And if they were not working in fashion and entertainment and wanted that, they would be interested. Wonderful. But when you start talking about, creative and marketing and all that, it's like too much information for this particular statement.
Got it.
Make sense?
Got you very much. Thank you.
Sure.
Going back on mute.
Okay. And sometimes the cool thing about having multiple statements like XYZ or juicy title or even the audience statement or the when statement is based on what you do. One of these may be more powerful than the others. So I mean, even Monet's, you could actually from that audience statement really, really easily, sculpt the XYZ statement, which is I help, hairdressers who want to break into the highly competitive yet highly profitable worlds of fashion and entertainment, but don't know how. Like that's more of the full XYZ statement formed from that, but you get to choose which of these statements is more effective based on the specific business that you're in or the demographic that you serve. And you can test it by trying different ones out with people and seeing where you get the best response. Is that making sense?
Very much. I'm launching a new class soon, so we'll see.
Okay. Yes. Sure. Proof is in the pudding when you talk to people. Okay. So next up, we've got Norma.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So I have real estate agents who want to break through six-figure ceiling without sacrificing personal relationships.
The personal relationships, are these client relationships or their relationships with their husband or wife?
Yeah. No, not business relationships, family. Okay. They feel that in order for them to break through, they have to do more. And it's pulling them away from their families, their children, their husbands.
I would say something like family then, rather than, because personal relationships could, yeah. So real estate agents who want to break the six-figure ceiling without sacrificing family. You could say without sacrificing family or lifestyle, potentially too.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Sure. All right, so Eva, you shared with me exactly how to pronounce your name, but I don't remember. And also I want to make sure that you're only going to focus on the audience statement because I see there's a when and an XYZ and a juicy title and many of the different statements in here, which I love that you've done them all, but I'm only giving feedback today on the audience statements.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't really clear on what to put in. My name is Eva Karin. If you see it as two names, it becomes easier to pronounce.
Okay, Eva Karin.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, got it.
So from what I heard the others, what we're looking for here is the people I work with and the business owner that feels stressed and tired worrying where the next client will come from.
Yeah. So what kind of business owner? Is this service providers specifically?
Service providers, yes.
Okay. So is there a particular kind of service providers or all of them?
No, it doesn't matter because it's not actually about their business. It's about working with their inner stuff. So it really doesn't matter what they do.
Okay. So I think that, I think that helps service providers like independent, you helps, service providers who are stressed and tired worrying about where their next client will come from. I think that's specific enough. What does everyone think? Thumbs? Sorry. Thumbs. We got some thumbs up and some thumbs to the side and things like that as well. Okay. I think it's, I do know that there's a lot of people in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could also be, another description for it would be service providers who struggle to make consistent income.
Yes.
It's another way to say it. But I definitely know there are so many people in this situation who would say yes to that.
Yeah, because the thought I have about it is that they've tried many different things and it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because they don't have their mindset right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I put it that way.
Then it might be, when you say that worry where the next client will come from, though, that does not seem like it would be a mindset solution. So the struggling to make consistent income might be a little bit more aligned with what the mindset solution is. Does that make sense? Because one feels like they both feel a little bit like they're strategies for making money. So
yeah, that's why I fill in with the rest.
Right.
So it's not talking about marketing. It's talking about transformation.
Right. So, could it be? I mean, that might be a hidden need. How many people realize that it's them that's holding them back?
I don't think that is what they think of in the first place, because they try to do maybe the same things over and over again more. So they get even more stressed out and they think that the solution is out there somewhere instead of focusing inwards because you're too stressed to think about that.
Right. Is it money mindset specifically that you're helping them with? Because you're talking about getting...
No. It's not money mindset specifically. It's about the patterns that, could be anything.
Any patterns? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of patterns it is, because the problem will give clues to me to what kind of patterns is stopping them.
So then maybe it's more along the lines of, because if you talk about it as a specific, like getting a client or being stuck at a current revenue, it feels like it is going to be a much more tactical offer that you're creating. Yeah. So is it that they've been on a roller coaster? Is it that they've hit a ceiling they can't break out of? Like what's more specific that's to the patterns?
Roller coaster can be, and hit the ceiling it can be as well.
So maybe it's more along the lines of business owners who can't get off the roller coaster. Business owners who feel like they're on a roller coaster, or maybe it's business owners who've hit a ceiling they can't break. Is it a financial ceiling primarily, or is it some other ceiling?
Well, financial is a part of it because they don't get the results they want, and that's the way you measure getting clients and getting money, and that's a way to measure what is happening in your business.
Yeah, but I would do something along the lines of either that business owners who are stuck in feast or famine mode, or have hit a ceiling they can't seem to break.
Okay.
Something along the lines of that is going to be probably more specific for your solution. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Does this sound better to people
Yes.
on the line? Cool. Because that idea of being stuck in feast or famine, or they've hit an income ceiling they can't break, it points a little bit more to the internal than what you were saying before, which is going to point a little bit more to a more tactical solution. And you want to make sure that the marketing message lines up with, they're not so surprised that, oh, this is all a mindset program. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All righty. Next up, we've got Marie Elizabeth. So Marie, did you want to share, or have you had to pop off the line?
I'm still on mute.
Okay. Okay.
I started reading it and then I was like, nobody can hear me. I guide midlife people who feel stuck and dissatisfied in their current life to create a life that's true to who they really are. I know it's super vague. I'm in the middle of like pivoting. And so this is very well timed because I don't know if I want to just focus on high-powered women who have been sacrificing their relationship on behalf of their work, because all of a sudden men are starting to come to me and who are reevaluating their priorities in their lives too. And so I don't want to do such a gender-based thing. And I find that midlife is where my generation started to have these questions about, oh my God, I'm living a life that's not really mine. You know, let me go buy a sports car, but, you know, and I'm suggesting maybe do something different than buy a sports car. But I'm finding a lot of people in their 30s are starting to ask these questions too. And so I'm getting younger and younger clients too. So I'm totally confused about how to talk about what I do now.
So is it people who've, like when you said that they've sacrificed their personal life for the career, that felt like something I could hang my hat on.
Right.
More. Is that like a common indicator?
That is a common indicator where like the doing has outstripped the being and the feeling and the enjoyment and the pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it, and like you said, you're getting people in their 30s. So is it people like 30s to 60s, or, I mean, obviously midlife, I don't know if someone in their 30s would ever consider themselves midlife.
I know, exactly.
So I would say maybe it's like people who have, you know, people who've sacrificed their personal life for their careers for you know, for so long, like for too long, you know, or maybe, I don't think you even need that. Maybe it's just people who sacrifice their personal life for their careers and want to get their sense of fulfillment back.
Like that. Yeah.
Is that resonating for people on the line? Yeah. Okay.
Can it sense of fulfillment, or is it more like they want to have more love and pleasure in their life? Which,
well, love and pleasure doesn't seem like it matches the necessarily the sacrificed personal life, because the fulfillment, because love and pleasure is almost a specific solution. You could also not say that. You could just say people who sacrifice their personal lives for their career and leave it at that, if you want to, for the audience statement.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Michelle.
Okay, I'll read what I have. I'm not sure I started with an audience statement, actually. But leaders who can only fulfill their destiny and life mission by prioritizing their own personal transformation.
Sorry, you're a little echoey. Try one more time.
Leaders who can only fulfill their destiny and life mission by prioritizing their own personal transformation.
It's definitely tribal, but I know the class of people that it refers to.
Yeah, it's tribal, but it does. I'm not sure if it was an audience statement after I wrote it, because it's kind of telling how they're going to get there.
Well, I mean, I think that yes, but it's like people who recognize the personal development, like leaders who recognize. Well, I think it's an audience. I think it's fine as an audience statement, actually. But thumbs. Let's see the thumbs.
Can I ask?
Okay.
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 Because you were kind of knocking off those parts of how they were going to do it, but it was kind of like also it's in doing my purpose in doing that internal work is because they have more access to their fuller genius and their fuller knowing. And they might come in with this problem or that problem, but when it starts happening, they get more access to what they need to be the leader of the caliber that they're aiming to be. You know?
I mean, another way to say it could be, leaders who recognize leaders who recognize that the next level of their growth is only going to come through personal development, isn't it?
Can I add in the next level of their growth and the fulfillment
it's getting a little bit windy. You could say, I mean, I was fine with the way it was, honestly.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. That's a first.
But the fulfill their destiny part, though, would only resonate with a certain portion of people. Is my only part that I wasn't 100% with. So
how about what would I say? Fulfill their. It's like they're never going to get.
The next level of growth feels a little bit more neutral. That's why when I suggested that, leaders who understand, or leaders who recognize the next level of their growth is only going to come through personal development, or leaders who recognize that their own personal development is limiting their success. I mean, those are two different ways to say it.
Okay, that's good.
And one of those feels a little less highfalutin.
Okay, that's great. I'll let them sort themselves out. I'm looking for the highfalutin ones, though.
If you're looking for the highfalutin ones, then it's fine what you said.
The ones who kind of want to move it from highfalutin into Excel, but that's great. Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, but that is an example of with an audience statement. Like if you are looking for the highfalutin ones, can you see how Michelle's would work well? But if you're looking for people who would maybe not necessarily resonate with some of the highfalutin language, you would change the language. It's a very good lesson.
People who are not just wanting to do something, but they're just wanting to make a major, major impact. That's what I mean by highfalutin, not arrogant. But okay, great. Let me work on it.
And I think that leaders who recognize that personal development is the only that their personal development is limiting the impact that they want to make in the world. You could say it that way too.
Okay.
And then you're still getting the impact in there. By highfalutin, I meant a little bit more like destiny and life mission. It's basically people who resonate with those words.
Yeah, ungrounded.
Basically, fruitcakes. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Fruitcake. I've gotten past. And can I use them interchangeably? The way we use the statement, it can be used interchangeably. So if I have a couple good forms that say the same thing, I can use them, or I should have one.
I recommend going to, you might use things interchangeably as you're trying them out, but when you see the response that you get, I would choose one.
Okay, fantastic. Spot on.
Okay, so next up we've got Curtis.
Did you skip me?
Yep. You have Curtis's question mark, but I'm in 3 or 4, so it's Abby's turn.
Okay, Abby.
Well, I have about 72 versions here right now. So I work with entrepreneurs who want to up-level their income, but they've already hit $100,000, but they're struggling to get beyond that consistently.
All right, how about just entrepreneurs who want to make the leap from 6 figures to 7?
That's so simple.
Yes. That's an easy one.
Okay, great. Now, Can I ask one more thing?
Only if it's related to the audience statement.
Yes, it is. So my audience is kind of similar to Eva Karen's, but I guess that doesn't have to be a piece of this statement, right?
No, I mean, if you want to make it super clear that you're targeting people who want to do the internal gains, it might be something more along the lines of Michelle, where you work with entrepreneurs who recognize that the only way for them to make the leap from 6 to 7 figures is by working on themselves.
Okay, so I'm an energy worker and I'm the clear your money karma person.
The second one then.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. All right, so next up we've got Marvin.
I've got, I help residential home builders and their clients. I guess it's a continuation with that, really. The architects, interior designers, and homeowners.
All right, say this one more time.
I help residential home builders and their clients. The architects, interior designers, and homeowners.
With the struggles, budgets, and inspections of kitchen and bath architecture?
Yeah.
Okay, so struggles, budgets, and inspections of kitchen and bath architecture. So can you maybe say this in like plain language? Sorry.
Okay. With kitchen projects, you have to meet schedules, you have to meet budgets, you have to meet inspections.
So you help residential home builders, architects, and who else? Designers?
Interior designers and select homeowners.
Okay, so residential home builders, designers, and architects, or who want to keep their kitchen and bathroom projects from going over budget and over schedule.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Over budget and over schedule. That's fine.
Okay. So Becky.
Hi, I think I realized mine was more, I guess like the XYZ statement. So I think I have just my audience statement. So I'll read the short and revised one that I have. Is just the simple part is I help parents of children with limited diets.
Yeah, so I think that makes total sense.
Okay, yeah. So before it was just the long.
Would it be like limited diets? Is a lot of it allergies and food sensitivities?
No, that's so it's I used to say picky eaters, and after interviewing several parents that I work with, they tend to self-identify as children who have limited diet, their child having a limited diet instead of being a picky eater. But then you're right, people will say, oh, do you do this diet? It's like, I don't even do diet. I just get kids to eat. Like it's,
yeah,
I'm not a dietitian.
Okay. So,
but I mean, I have the more, like, I know, it's working with ending mealtime battles and the biggest thing is expanding children's diets. And I think the part that I'm getting more focused on now is the switch to narrowing down my niche more to, it's more the severe, I'm narrowing my niche down more to the severe picky eaters. For a while, I was trying to expand to like average toddlers and things. But it's really so that families can go anywhere and know that their children can eat what's served.
Right. And it's interesting because if the audience is self-identifying with limited diets, but it's limited by the child's preferences, not okay.
And like there's always it's more than the average picky eater. Like it's kids who they're not using their tongue properly or their teeth, or they have severe sensitivities, like they would gag if you put a hamburger in their mouth. It's not just like, oh, they're like a naughty kid or something, like that. They physically cannot.
Food preferences. Yeah. Could you say extreme food preferences, or is that because?
Yeah, well, and that's what I've played with too, of like, do I call it extreme picky eating? Well,
I say food preferences because we're not saying, because I think that they're not going to want to call their kid picky, maybe is what's happening.
Yeah. Yes, that's what's happening.
Who's got, maybe intense would be another word. Parents of children with intense food preferences.
Okay, I like
that. Or extreme food. Extreme again is judgmental. So
intense
with strong food preferences, or intense would be another word of saying it, because preferences is very different than when you say limited diet. I think sensitivity or allergies.
Okay.
So, but when it's a preference, it's clear that it's. What could you say? Are they willful children?
Their parents will self-identify that way, yes, but that's not the underlying.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's not the underlying reason. I mean, it's certainly a piece. Behavior is part of a piece, but it's the parents need to be, it's a parent problem.
I mean, because another thing could be, say, parents of willful children with, intense food preferences, or just parents of children with intense food preferences, whatever they're going to resonate with.
They would resonate with willful.
So then maybe willful is going to be helpful, because maybe with willful children with limited diets, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, with limited, or what do you say, strong food preferences?
Yeah. I think that it's clearer, because limited diets just could range in so many other things.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. So next up, I think it is Curtis, or?
Yes.
Okay. And Curtis and Kat are a team. Is it just you here today?
Kat may be on the phone elsewhere. I haven't.
Not to worry.
Really looked.
You got to have their husband and wife team.
Yeah. Hi, Marisa. Good to talk with you. I've heard your voice for a year, so.
Well, so Kat was a grad, just is a returning student into Next Level, and this time brought her husband. So.
Yeah. So the niche statement, I've tweaked it a little as I've been listening. We teach courses that empower women coaches to create successful businesses that are infused with their soul's purpose.
So I think that's more of an XYZ statement of what you do for them than description of who they are and what they want. Does that make sense? So the audience statement might be more like women coaches who want to build a business aligned with their soul purpose, right?
So it's a description of the audience.
Yes.
Okay. So it's women coaches who want to create a successful business infused with their soul's purpose.
Yes, if that feels like, obviously that is probably more of a tribal statement, because they have to self-identify with wanting to create a business infused with the language you're using is making it tribal. Can you see that?
Yeah. Okay. So any suggestions on making that a niche statement? Women coaches who feel out of integrity, or who don't know, or whose business are drifting aimlessly, or who've been doing it 10 years and you have a project that's your heart's desire, but you haven't ever done it?
They don't seem super specific. I think the way to get to niche is to be more specific about what you're helping them do. Or what it is their core desire is. It's a little on the generic side. It's a bit broader, which is why it's tribal. So if you think about it like getting it into the ballpark versus getting it onto base, that was the metaphor that I used. This is definitely ballpark, what your language that you're using. Can you see the difference?
I'm beginning to, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to say, for example, niche, something that's more of a specific niche statement would be, women coaches who want to cross the six-figure mark would be niche, right? Or women coaches who want to make the leap from 6 to 7 figures. I mean, that would be more specific, for example.
I don't think that would be describing our audience.
Then you might need to do a tribal statement.
Okay. Yeah, our audience, by my reckoning and what they've told me, money's important, but it's...
Oh, sorry. I wasn't recommending that you use money. I was giving you an example of a niche-based statement, because I don't know, versus a tribe-based statement. So I don't...
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But is there something very niche focused that you could do? Like what's the front door? What's the base, the specific base that you help them with?
So successful business is generic. Let's say something about marketing and sales activities. Would that be specific?
That would be better, yeah.
And something like confident. I'm thinking. So there's a spiritual aspect to this. That's,
So how about, yeah.
Soul-driven success is the business name.
So how about something like spiritual women coaches who lack confidence around sales and marketing, or spiritual women coaches who feel repelled by sales and marketing, but understand they need to learn how to do it if they're going to be successful in their businesses. That would be
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, more
I
specific.
nailed it. Yeah. So
Cool.
say that again so I can type it.
It's on the recording. I want to make sure I get to another couple people.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so next up we have Natasha.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm all over the place. So I feel a bit of a pivot coming on, but my audience statement, not really a pivot, but it's kind of like
I feel a pivot kind of in my left elbow, you know.
with my left arm. It's sort of I've got a wellness program that I'm creating for a corporation. So I've kind of got like a one-on-one corporation, but it's still like my health and wellness fitness stuff. So action adrenaline enthusiasts, or I help action adrenaline enthusiasts who are looking to gain the core strength, power, and fitness to excel in their activities without cutting into their fun while fitting into their business, into their busy schedule.
Okay, so I think there's just too many ideas in that.
Okay.
I think maybe so is it something like action adrenaline enthusiasts who are looking to gain strength, power, and fitness without becoming a pro or making this a full-time job? You know? Because the idea of the fun and the, it just feels like it's like they want to be better, but they don't want to like become necessarily a pro and work at it all the time.
Yeah, it's sort of, and I've also got, I think there's too many words in this. Action adrenaline enthusiasts who are looking to gain the core strength, power, and fitness to excel in their activities with fast, addictive workouts that'll accelerate their performance and
You're just going into XYZ and stuff like that versus who they actually what their core desire is.
Okay. Because what they are people who like to ride their bikes, and their core desire is that they want to be fit enough to do so, and they don't want to lose the time on their bikes to get fit.
Okay, so but they're amateurs, correct?
Yeah, not professionals. Yeah.
So could you say amateur action adrenaline enthusiasts? Basically, amateur action adrenaline enthusiasts who want to get better and have more fun.
Why do you think I need the amateur?
Well, because there's this idea, if you don't have the amateur, you can go back to what I said earlier, which is action adrenaline enthusiasts who want to get, gain the strength, power, and fitness without making this a full-time job or becoming pro. Because otherwise, it sounds like it's for professional athletes.
Okay.
Just the way, because of the action adrenaline enthusiast, it's not like kind of regular people.
Well, and that's my problem too, is it's regular people, but it's people who like to go out. It's like people who like to go out and have fun on a snowboard or a pair of skis or rock climbing or mountain biking. Or
yeah.
So I couldn't.
Or you could also call it like weekend action adrenaline enthusiasts or something like that, but you gotta, because it can so easily sound, when you use the words action adrenaline, it even easily sounds like, unless you were specific about skiers and snowboarders, for example, or mountain bikers, it's just hard to know who you're talking to exactly. Can anyone else hear that? Like, it sounds like it's for someone who's a pro, who's much more advanced. Anyone else hear that language? Other people are saying, yeah.
No, it's sort of a challenge. Do you think that, like, so for the audience statement, can you have lots of them? Like, if I was writing a program for mountain bikers, do I just make it mountain bikers who are?
Well, if it were just for mountain bikers, yeah, it could be program specific, and it can also be business specific. You could have a different audience statement for a specific program or product line than for your business as a whole. The reason why mine is a little bit vaguer is I was trying to do it for the business as a whole. Usually when I launch a product, it's very specific, but because I cover many things in my business, it's harder to be specific about the business as a whole.
Okay, so that might be the way I need to strategize a little bit as well.
Or you do it more broadly speaking.
Yeah, and then there's a whole lot of words. Okay, cool. I will.
Or try to do it broadly speaking by yours is both broad and specific, and I think that's where it's getting wordy. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, and that's exactly what I'm struggling with. So I decided I'd create something completely different. So I just need to figure out the balance between so that I think that you kind of can choose broad or you can choose specific. Okay. I will keep working on it and post it on Facebook later for some more feedback.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little longer on this one because I don't have an appointment immediately after, and I think this is actually super duper critical. But don't assume that this is going to be what I'm going to do every single call, okay? Because usually I'm not going to be able to get through every single person on the line. But the nature of the audience statement is it's shorter. I can give feedback on it faster, but it's also kind of a you cannot pass go without it. Does that make sense? So so whoever wants to stay, I will go longer for these. So Natasha, are you feeling like you're getting clearer on it, or for the business or the?
No, well, not really. I just don't want to take up a whole lot of time.
Why don't you take another pass at it while I help someone else and decide whether you want to do product focused or business focused, and then. So I mean, that's why I think that for a business as a whole, if you said something like, you know, weekend warrior snowboarders, skiers, and mountain bikers, that you know, who want to get as good as possible without going pro or without devoting all their time to it or going pro. You know, I think that makes it actually super clear who it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure.
I think that actually is pretty solid.
That works. I think the only part that doesn't, I'm not sure without going pro, because it's more about the workouts being short and fast.
Okay, so maybe it's like something like passionate skiers, snowboarders, and mountain bikers who want to improve their skills. You know, who want to improve their skills but don't have the time for long workouts and trainings.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, sweet.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. Well, let's go to D, and then Elizabeth, then Camille.
Hello.
Hi.
I had network marketers or home-based business entrepreneurs who are looking for more clients, more profits, and more freedom.
Okay, so those are home-based business entrepreneurs and network marketers are very different audiences. Like I would consider myself a home-based entrepreneur, but I would not resonate with the statement involving network marketers. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Is it primarily network marketers that you're focused on?
Well, we help network marketers. We help with training and development of network marketers. But then there's also the side of the business where you go after the customer, and it's health and wellness, nutritional supplements. So,
but that's still network marketer.
Yes, it is network marketing.
Okay, so let's keep it to network marketing. You know, you could even call it, well, network marketing professionals, because they might not consider, you know, or network marketing professionals. The more clients, more profits, and more freedom it's a little bit, again, one of those kind of generic statements of basically people who want to build a business.
Right.
So what specifically is the core challenge that they're having, or the core thing that you help them with?
Well, it's actually taking their business and launching it, and then going out, how to go and get the customer, how to go out and build a team. So we're helping them to actually build a team so that they can earn that residual income.
So is it a team? Oh, you mean like with the people underneath them?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So
downline.
So it's both. Is it individuals and the downline, or primarily the downline?
It's for them to build a downline.
Okay.
So it's helping them to know how to build a downline.
Okay. So I would focus on that. So is it people who, how big is this downline? Is it like 6 figures, 7 figures?
6 figures. Yeah.
Okay. How about network marketers who want to create at least 6 figures of recurring revenue?
Yeah. I think that would work.
By building a robust downline that gets into the solution, but I think it's simpler. Because all that other stuff, more profits, more freedom, more clients, it's like, because there's also the people they sell to directly, but you're specifically focusing on the downline and the reoccurring revenue. Right. So that's why I like network marketers who want to build at least 6 figures of reoccurring revenue.
Okay.
And you can throw in by building a robust downline if you would like to, but it's not 100% necessary. Cool.
Okay. Great.
All right, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. High achieving professional women who want to break free from burnout and redefine their work and life.
Okay. So So these are high achieving women who are in burnout specifically?
I'm not sure if I need to specify whether they're whether they're preventative, whether they're in it, whether they're recovering from.
So maybe it's just high achieving women who are experiencing signs of burnout.
I thought about overcome. I was trying to, I don't really know where it's going to land. Like where
Or how about who are experiencing burnout symptoms or symptoms of burnout?
Okay. And then so in other words, actively, actively experiencing, and then is redefine their work and life too vague?
Yeah. It's going beyond the audience statement, and it's kind of going into XYZ without it being specific, you know? It's like going into vague XYZ.
So is that enough?
Yeah, so for audience statement is super simple. High achieving women who are experiencing burnout symptoms.
Okay. So is that tribe then? That's not saying what I do.
No, I think that's actually pretty niche there.
Is it? Okay, okay.
Even though high achieving woman is a tribal identification, it's women who are experiencing burnout symptoms is pretty niche.
Because burnout's what I do, and so that's what makes it niche.
Yeah.
So if I went with like Kate and I talked about female physicians, would that'd
still be niche, just more specific niche.
More specific. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So next up we have Camille.
Hello, Marisa.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, mine is, I've been working on this the whole time. I've had a little bit of time to work on this. So
good.
Mine is, I help federal job seekers get hired and promoted faster in federal government.
So that's an XYZ statement, which is good. So it's like basically you work with federal job seekers, or you look for job seekers, or maybe it's just simply job seekers in the federal market. Or, I mean, I think it's very simple.
Okay.
Or job seekers job seekers looking for a job in the federal government.
I kind of like the faster in there because it's.
What faster? Well, that's actually that's going into the XYZ versus the audience statement. Does that make sense?
Oh, yep.
Your audience statement is just who they are, what they're looking for. Does that make sense?
Yes, to get hired and promoted in federal government.
Yeah, basically,
Sure.
well, or federal. You're looking for like federal career, or you're looking for career professionals who want to get hired or promoted in the federal government. That might be a simpler way to say it then.
That's good. That goes along with our other audience that I will let Chris talk to you about.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So next up, we've got Alicia.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. I had a couple of me. Well, I've been listening to all these people, but anyway, the original one I wrote was parents of elementary school kids who want to overcome hyperactivity and bad moods.
Who want to hyperactivity and bad moods. Are those two things related?
Yep, usually.
Okay. Parents of elementary school kids who want to overcome hyperactivity and bad moods.
Can I read you the next one? Can I read you the next one?
Can I give you feedback first?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, parents of elementary school kids with hyperactivity or bad moods. It's the overcome, you're starting to get into the, so I think it's just that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other one I had was parents of elementary school kids who want to address their kids' poor attitude and disruptive behaviors.
Okay, so it's similar. It's the same thing. Like, which symptoms do you want to choose, basically? All of them?
It's all of them. It's a combination of all of them.
So I would just say then parents of elementary school kids with hyperactivity, disruptive behavior, bad attitude, or poor moods. That's it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thank you.
So Tiffany.
Sorry, I started video and didn't do the mute. Hello.
No worries.
Very good. Okay, I'm in my car doing this, having to take notes because I got stuck. Okay, so there's two different businesses. The tribe statement is for BioWell, which is in energy medicine.
I can only focus on one, so whichever one you want me to focus on.
I help energy medicine practitioners add science, measurement, and revenue to their business.
That's an XYZ statement versus a, an audience statement. So you're saying what you do for them, but who are they and what are they looking for specifically?
Well, they're energy medicine practitioners. They kind of know who they are.
Right. So how would you just, but what I'm saying is you're going into what they do instead of just who they, what do you mean they know who they, so is it just energy medicine practitioners or?
Well, it's a medical device. So it's either they use energy medicine practices in their business, or they are observing patterns in people's health, etc. And they have a tendency to use devices. So I train them how to recognize patterns in health, etc.
So
with devices.
Maybe it's like healers and doctors who want to incorporate science-based energy medicine into their practice.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so. I need you to repeat it. And I know you don't have time to repeat it.
Yeah,
so.
it's on the recording. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Sweet. No worries. Okay. So next is Chris. If Chris is still on the line.
Hi, Marisa.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, so here's mine. I help career professionals and professional resume writers who want to help their students and clients get hired in federal government.
Can you say that again?
Yes. I help career professionals and professional resume writers who want to help their students and clients get hired in federal government.
Do you need to have both career professionals and professional resume writers?
I guess I was trying to include the professional resume writers as well as the universities or job centers.
Career professionals is a little bit confusing too, because it sounds like it's anyone with a career would be a career professional. Does that make sense? Like yes. I'm a career professional. So professionals in the career space, it's like what do they call themselves exactly?
I guess this is interesting because what you told me now was career professionals too, and I guess where my brain goes is people who are career professionals help people to get their careers.
I know it's tricky though, because like a health professional, you know exactly what that is, but people talk about career professionals all the time, but not necessarily a professional in the career fields.
Okay.
So you help professionals in the career industries. Yeah. What do you help them do exactly? Professionals
we help
counselors.
Could it be career development professionals?
Career counselors is good.
Okay, career counselors. Okay.
And professional resume writers who want to help their students and clients get hired in federal government. Even career coaches.
Career, like maybe something like, career coaches and counselors. And I think the resume writers, would just think that they're a career coach or counselor. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe it could also be career coaches, counselors, and professionals who want to help their clients get hired in federal government.
Okay, I like that.
The resume thing, it just sounds somehow just too specific. All right. Great. All right, so next up we've got Janine. And I don't have time for second questions. Janine, you still on the line?
Yes, I'm still here, and I've revised it a few times, so I'm just going to stick it here. Okay, so I said entrepreneurs who realize they want to grow their businesses by adding expert team members who are pre-qualified for personality, behavior, and beliefs as well as
you're deciding. Okay, you're
okay. So then I'll just say entrepreneurs who realize they want to grow their businesses by adding expert team members.
I would say something like solopreneurs and small business owners who want to grow who want to hire virtual professionals.
Okay.
Just the simplicity.
Yes. Okay. 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 To want to hire, and so that could be anybody.
Yeah, but it is people who are specifically or you could say who want to hire skilled virtual professionals.
Okay. Okay.
You want to have one qualifier, but you only get one.
Okay, I understand. I I wasn't sure. It just seems like it's very broad, and I need to be very specific, so that's why.
I think it's actually virtual. We're talking about we're specific in two places. What were the two places we were specific in?
The virtual piece, and the fact that they're solo. Is that correct?
Yep, solo and small business. So we're not talking about giant companies. Solopreneurs and small business owners with teams of less than 5 or less than 10, you could say, who want to, basically small business owners. We're being specific in two places, so it's not as broad as you think.
But that's not really the audience I want. Does it matter what I want versus
who do you want? Yeah, who do you want?
I want the larger. They want the 6-figure and the larger business, the professional.
Okay, so 6 to 7 figure companies.
Yes.
That want to grow, that want to hire skilled virtual professionals.
Okay. Better. Yes.
Okay.
That pinpoints it. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Or 6 and 7 figure companies. I would say not 6 to 7, 6 and 7 figure companies.
Okay. And it doesn't matter what kind of professional they want to hire. I mean, at that point, they're really looking, okay. They're not looking just for the average.
Because you're not specializing in just one kind of professional. So
at that level, I would be, though.
What would you be specializing in?
More like affiliate managers and more specialized skills.
What kind of just affiliate management?
Well, I've just said that randomly. Social media marketing managers, people with more specific skills.
All marketing skills.
Yeah, marketing skills typically.
Okay, well there we go. Okay, so all right, so 6 and 7 figures businesses who want to hire virtual professionals skilled in online marketing.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Or virtual professionals with online marketing skills would be.
Yes. Okay, that's good. Okay. So.
Or digital marketing. I think digital marketing is actually a more common term for it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. That's why Digital Marketer as the company. I've done the SEO for that before. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Sure.
Perfect.
So next up we have Rosanna.
Hi, Marisa.
Hi.
I'm a EFT practitioner who specializes in serious diseases and pain syndromes, and I have a long experience and wrote a book. So I'm teaching my trademark method. It's called Bitch Tap Methods, and that's my beta course I just finished. And so
so I see that you just specifically focus on the audience statement, please. I see you've got some other things in there.
So my audience statement is Bitch Tap Method is my signature non-formulaic EFT tapping.
Just the audience statement. That's a bunch of other of the program.
It's designed to rapidly improve your health, stop your pain and physical.
So the audience statement is simply who would want Bitch Tap Method.
I'm focusing on illnesses, and my first one will be cancer.
So these individuals
are going to be recently retired and ready to go have fun, and then boom, they get diagnosis.
So I mean, is it only for cancer people that you want to?
No, everyone could use this.
Is it serious illnesses that you're focused on?
Well, it will be, but I first want to get this out because it actually releases unexpressed anger and unexpressed emotions that contribute to physical illness.
So if it's not for people with serious illness, who is it for?
It's for anyone who is Oh gosh.
Anyone with any problem?
Anyone with any problem.
All right, that's not going to be work for an audience statement.
I know. I'm using it to introduce this method for people to speak their mind and
Okay, so how about people with chronic or serious illnesses who want an energetic solution, who are looking for an energetic solution that addresses the root causes?
Can I tell you just a little bit more? You're actually bitching and tapping, or if you can't bitch.
You're telling me about the method?
Yes,
that's
the
not
method.
actually important here. It's who is going to be the audience for the method. Does that make sense? That's the only thing that we're working on here.
So I wanted to make it broader to get it out there, and then start focusing on specific illnesses.
Yeah, but we don't have to say specific illnesses. That audience statement I just shared was not about a specific illness. It was chronic, serious, or chronic, right?
Okay. Yes.
But so if you're just like anyone who with any physical problem whatsoever who wants an energetic solution, it's a little bit of a harder sell. Can you see the difference?
Yes.
So what I suggested just gets you a little bit more into the ballpark, which is, people with chronic, or I mean, it doesn't have to be serious or chronic, but you need to be able to define what their problem is.
Okay.
Who are looking for who want to try an energetic solution that addresses the root cause of their illness.
Ah, that's good.
Great. It only took me selling it twice for you to hear it. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Sometimes that's the case.
I'm too close to it. Thank you.
I know. It's okay. It's a good practice. If you notice your tendencies,
yes, it is. It's
try to receive. It's actually one of the cores of learning to be coached. It's actually not always easy.
No.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. Alrighty. So that was Rosanna. I think we already took Tiffany. We took Janine. Sorry, it's hard to. Where am I here? All right, that was Rosanna, right? I think that. Let me see. I think the only person left is Judy. Judy, you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Audience. People who want to grow their federal business. Business owners who want to, I keep tripping over the same nouns is in three different phrases. One is people, whether it's people or business owners or owners of established businesses, federal contractors, whatever that noun phrase is, who want to grow their federal business, take it to the next level, win more federal work. It's not just win a contract, so it's grow their federal business.
Okay, so they're all contractors though?
They are doing business with the federal government. Some may be prime contractors, some may be subcontractors. It's owners of businesses who want to win more work with the federal government.
So maybe it's contractors and businesses who want to win more work with the federal government because they might have other aspects to their business that are non-federal.
Oh yeah, that's actually quite true. So it's company owners who want to grow their federal business or who want to grow their work. So this isn't even complicated. I don't know why.
Just contractors and business owners because they might not all be, they might just be individuals.
Why say contractors and business owners?
Yes.
Why not just say business owners who want to grow their federal?
Because an independent contractor may not consider themselves a business owner.
If they're a solopreneur, I'm actually talking to people. I don't really want to deal with them if they have less than $1 million anyway.
You had just listed the word federal contractor several times, so I thought you were talking about independent contractors. So if it's fine, no. Business owners who want to win more federal contracts. Boom.
Yep, that's it.
Cool.
Good. I'm done. Thanks. Sure. I wanted to make sure that it was that simple. You're the best, Marissa. Thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished on your part.
Yes.
You've dispatched us all.
Well, it looks like we have one more here from Jean. And I'm not normally going to be able to get through absolutely everyone, but I think this time I could. Go ahead, Jean. Who asked a question.
Hello, hi. I think my audience statement is small business owners who want to sell more easily and authentically. Is that okay and I do it through developing their signature article, which is my EPM product. And basically, they can turn that into all sorts of content.
What's a signature article?
Well, it's an article it relates to them, the problems of their customer. The people I'm just doing it in EPM, they're going to actually use it as a talk. So it's almost like a template of something. It doesn't sound very sexy, I have to be honest.
Well, I don't know if like people are like going around looking to sell more easily and authentically. Is it as an audience statement? Well, small business owners who want to sell more easily and authentically. I mean, I guess some people might self-diagnose with that, but it's definitely like a finger to the side for me.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, like because I'm not exactly sure about what the article does either. So, but it's more like who is looking for it, how it's the precise what's their exact problem that they've got.
They don't know how to talk about their business, and they feel awkward selling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's aware. They sort of have a simple-ish
What kind
formula.
of business owners are these? Solopreneurs, experts, coaches, consultants? Like who specifically?
Well, one's a funeral director and one's a solopreneur. Smallish businesses is who I've started with.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean, I guess something like small business owners who want to get more clients, or who like it's a little better, but it's still a little on the vague side of things.
Okay.
But is it that they want to hit a certain level of business? Like what stage of growth are they in?
Well, they've been going a few years and they want it to get better.
By a few years, like what does that look like by size of team or size of business?
On the whole, they're on their own. These first people are solopreneurs at the moment.
So, and are they, okay, so is it solopreneurs who want to build a 6-figure business?
I'm not sure that would speak to them.
Okay, what do you think would?
They want to be easier and more authentic in their selling.
All right, if that's really getting you the clients you want, then go for it. If that's what
the whole 6-figure thing isn't so great in Britain as it is in the States.
So are they saying that they want to be easier? Is that what they're telling you? They want easier and authentic sales?
Yeah, they find it remarkably difficult to put themselves into their business, tell their story that then shows their authenticity and pulls the client in.
So maybe it's more like solopreneurs who struggle. Are they service providers primarily?
Yes.
Maybe it's then solopreneurs who struggle to sell their services would be more specific. Or no, sorry, solopreneurs who struggle to sell their services. This is not a marketing statement.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's that captures the problem, though.
Right.
Because I know you're leading with the aspiration, which makes it a little bit trickier to define. Does that make sense? Than to lead with the problem.
Yes. Or maybe who struggle to get the business where they want it to be, sort of thing.
That's vague again.
That's vague.
That's like everyone struggles to get their business where they want to be in some way, shape, or form. But But if you're talking about selling specifically, I would focus on selling.
Okay.
So are you focused on selling?
No, it's more on getting this signature article.
But then who wants a signature article? Because I think the signature article is not terminology that people are familiar with,
Right.
So that's the solution. But what problem does that solve that they are looking for the solution for?
They're looking for a way perhaps to find clients that they really want. I mean, their ideal clients. Because I found, it's helped them.
But I don't think most people are having the inner dialogue that their problem is that they're not finding that they're finding the wrong clients,
don't you? Okay.
I haven't, I mean, I've worked in this business space for a while. It's not,
Sure.
they don't think that that's the problem. They think they need more clients. They don't think they need to, most people aren't thinking it needs a different kind of client. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what specific problem does this solve for people? Mm-hmm.
It gets them very clear about, about themselves, and who they want to work with, and what the problems are of the client. It gets them clear about what the problems are of the client. So we address the misconceptions in their world, and come up,
Most people don't think that their problem is they don't know their client's problem.
Okay.
So what's the acknowledged problem that they have? Or
I don't know, because they've acknowledged these. I don't know. They have acknowledged these problems to me.
They haven't acknowledged these problems to you?
No, they have. These are the things they've said to me.
Okay, but are you talking from two people?
No, from, a number of people. I mean, I can see what you're saying.
If there's like a class of problem that you solve, right? What like what would that class of problem be? Like the biggest problem that you solve that's a shared problem with many people.
They can't put their message into words.
Okay. So is it like spoken words, written words, copy?
Well, it can be both, but we're starting with writing it.
Okay. So and would they consider it marketing?
Yes.
Okay.
Values-based marketing type of thing.
So could it be solopreneurs who struggle to write effective marketing materials?
Okay, maybe write authentic marketing materials.
No. I would say effective, because even though authentic might be a piece of it, it's just not converting. It's not converting. And it's much more like the bigger problem that keeps them up at night is this just isn't working, Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Does that make
sense? It's interesting. Yes, it does make sense.
You could say, if you wanted to say authentic and effective,
yeah.
Solopreneurs who struggle to write authentic and effective marketing, you could write that, or marketing materials, you might say, or marketing in general.
Yes.
Or copy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say copy, I don't think.
Okay. Marketing materials, which one would you say?
Marketing materials.
Okay. So yeah, solopreneurs who struggle to write effective and authentic and effective marketing materials.
Yeah.
But you see how it's much more specific now? That's
better. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Good. I'm interested you found that so. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you.
What were you trying to say?
It was interesting to me. Your response was interesting to me.
Which response?
That you didn't think what I was talking about was specific, or really called it.
Well, it didn't quite line up with what your solution was either. But the more specific you are about the problem, the better you are, because you're not really teaching sales. You're actually teaching writing.
Yeah.
So you want the problem and the audience statement to line up with that. So, because I know a lot of people who really struggle with the writing.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, so getting specific about that helps. That make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone's kind of trying to guess what you actually do.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. This is a tricky one. The reason why I've had trouble doing it for my business as a whole is to do it as the business as a whole. I can do it very easily for specific product lines. But when I talk about the business as a whole, I could say people who want to use the internet to grow their business, but that's a little bit vague. So there are all these other kind of tribal distinctions and things as well that go with it. It's not an easy thing to do. So we got through a lot of people there, everyone who put in for feedback. So thank you all for sharing and for staying. And I'm glad I could stay a little longer for this one, because this is kind of like a do not pass go one. All righty. Take care.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Go out there and live your message.